Hey everybody out there, this is Seto Kaiba from your Yu-Gi-Oh! Chat channel, and today for you guys, I'm going to be profiling for you my Madolche deck. A lot of you guys have been asking me to do my Madolche deck profile for a good couple of months now since I originally mentioned it. I pretty much got all the pieces of the Madolche deck together about a year ago, and I started playing the deck about 5-6 months ago, 7-8 months ago, something of that nature. It's been almost a year, but there's a whole bunch, if you guys don't know, Madolche, my fellow Madolche players out there don't know. There's a whole bunch of different variations of Madolche decks out there. You have your OTK variants, you have your Car D variants, you have your Warrior variants, you have your TGs, your Psychics, TGs, and Psychics. I think when Angeli comes out, Madolche Angeli comes out, Madolches will be more standardized, but there's a whole variation of builds out there for a whole bunch of different Madolche players out there. But without further ado, guys, I'll get started on one of my favorite decks to play with, and one of my more competitive decks to play with is Madolche. So without further ado, let's get started on my Madolche deck profile. So guys, first off, we run 3 Madolche Madolche. Madolche Madolche is my favorite Madolche monster in the entire Madolche archetype. And I just love her. She looks so cute, and plus she reminds me of Stratos, which she works like Stratos too. When Chateau's out in the field, she's a 19 beat stick, but you can search out any Madolche monster you want from your deck and add it to your hand. So she works just like Stratos. So she's very useful, and she is my very favorite Madolche. So next up, guys, we run 3 Madolche Hoot Cake. Some people like running 2 Hoot Cake. Some people like running 3 Hoot Cake. I prefer running 3 Hoot Cake. It gives you more options, more plays. And if you have Chateau out in the field and Hoot Cake's dead in hand, if worst case scenario happens, you can just normal summon a Hoot Cake and use it as a 2000 beater. But mainly it's there for your Invoker plays, for your Levrier plays, and stuff of that nature. Next up, I run 3 Messengelato. Some people like running 2, some people like running 3. I prefer running 3 because you do get those times when you get 2 in hand, and then you can't go MX Saber Invoker, detach, get a, search off it because you had both of them in your hand. So it's always good to have one live in the deck. And if it helps you make your tiramisu because it's a level 4, just like Magdalene, and it helps you search out all your spell cards, your trap cards like Palooza, and things of that nature. So that's why we run 3 Madolche Messengelato, 3 Messengelato. Next up, we run 3 Psychic Witch. This is part of the Psychic engine that I run in the deck. If you guys are wondering, I worked with about 4 or 5 Madolche players that I personally know and who are personal friends of mine, and we pretty much work together from what they've played online, their play testing and their play style, and just working together on this deck when I was building it, and we pretty much came up with a Psychic TG engine. So it's got Psychics and TGs, and at first you may say to yourself, well, it's got Psychics and TGs, it's probably slower, but it's probably not as good, or such and such, it's probably inconsistent. No, actually, it's fairly consistent after you try it out, and it works fairly well. It's built to my playing style, and it's just player preference, and it works for me. Do keep in mind, though, when Angeli does come out to the TCG, this deck will probably change completely. But we run 3 Psychic Witch. It's a good first turn play. You have E-Emergency Teleporter, so you can bring it out. It helps set up for your Invoker plays and future plays like that. So that's why we run 3 Psychic Witch. Next, we run 2 Madolche Mufle. It's pretty much the marauding captain of the deck. You normal summon this. You can special summon out a Messengelato, get a search off. There's a whole bunch of different things Madolche Mufle does, but we only run 2 of them. 2 of the cat. For the TG engine, we run 2 TG Striker for your Beast, your Barkion, and your Catastor. It's a warrior, so you usually always special summon. Sometimes you have open field, so it's very useful. And we also run 2 TG Werewolf. One of the better cards in the deck. If you go Palooza, then you can special summon this, make Invoker, do a whole bunch of different shenanigans, but these 2 cards work with the TG engine of the deck, and it works out very well. So guys, that's the TG engine. The next up, we have the last monster of the deck, which is Madolche Croissant. The little doggy is probably going to come out when Angeli comes out. I'll probably take Angeli and replace Croissant with Angeli. when Angeli does come out. But Crefsant's good in this deck because you can bounce back ticket, use it as a beat stick, or you can use it to make Invoker or make Madolche Tiramisu. Next up, we run 3 Madolche Chateau. Some people like running 2, some people like running 3. I go into a lot of field spell wars, so it's very annoying when you have Tiramisu out on the field and it's not a 27 attack. It's very useful because, yes, it is searchable. Yes, you can recycle it, but it just comes in handy. It's kind of hard to explain. Chateau's a little bit better because if you have a cloggy hand and you just got Madolche monsters, where Chateau out on the field, you can use them as beat sticks and stuff of that nature. So it does come in handy at 3. And plus, I keep going into field spell wars, and it's very annoying. So that's why it's good to have 3 on hand. 2 Madolche ticket. You only need 2 Madolche ticket. Once you get Madolche Chateau out, Madolche ticket out, you're set to go. For your other spells, you have 2 Mystical Space Typhoons. For the Psychic Engine, you have the 2 Emergency Teleporters I was talking about. Works very well. You can evac stuff, get it out into the field, make Invoker, makes a Leviair if you want to get something back that you banished with Hoot Cake. There's a whole bunch of different cool combo plays you can do with your 2 E-Telly. For your 1-ofs, we have 1 Dark Hole, 1 Book of Moon, and 1 Reinforcement of the Army. Please note, just like Madolche Crefsant, probably Reinforcement of the Army is going to be replaced with Angeli eventually, if you guys are just wondering or curious. But you have your Dark Hole, just a good card, your Book of Moon, just a good 1-of, and Reinforcement of the Army can search for Messengelato if worst case scenario happens, or it can search for your TG stuff like TG Striker. So that's why we run 1 Rhoda for right now. For your traps, we run probably one of the best traps of the format, I would say. 2 Fiendish Chains, 2 Chains. For your other traps, we run 2 Mirror Force, 2 Madolche Palooza. I like Palooza. If you get those clunky hands with a lot of Madolches, you can go off. Activate Madolche Palooza. If you got a Werewolf in hand, you can make Invoker. There's a whole bunch of different shenanigans you can do with Madolche Palooza. So that's why I like running 2 of them. And it is searchable, too. But I love Madolche Palooza. It comes in handy a lot of times. You can really go off with Madolche Palooza. 1 Compulsory Evacuation Device, 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, and 1 Solemn Warning to round out the 1-of traps in the deck. Before I go into the extra deck, guys, I just want you to keep in mind that the reason why I don't run 2 Invoker right now is because Invoker is a very expensive card. I don't like running 2 of. I think when Angeli does come out that you're only going to need 1 MX Saber Invoker, really. You're only going to need 1 of. Right now, it's debatable if you want to run 1 or 2, but I just prefer running the 1. When Angeli comes out, I'll probably still run 1 because it's more of Angeli, make Tiramisu. There is 1 card I am missing in the extra deck right now. My friend has it. I would have gone and got it today, guys, before I did this deck profile, but it is about 10, 12 inches of snow outside, and I don't feel like going outside in the snow. So that card that I am missing is Naturing Beast Barkion, just for you guys that want to know. So we got our 2 Queen Tiramisu, probably the best XYZ boss monster in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Today. Very good card. Very, very good card. The 1 MX Saber Invoker. Your 1 number 101 Silent Arc Arnor's Knight. I'm happy I won this. Happy I won that card actually in a match. Well, not the match, the tournament I talked to you guys about earlier. 1 Maestro, the Symphony Daijin. 1 Black Ship of Corn. 1 Steel Swarm Roach. Comes in handy against dragons and heraldics and all that stuff. 1 Diamond Direwolf for suicide purposes. Abyss Dweller. Gagaga Cowboy. Photon Papilloperative for your round out all your level 4 monsters. For your level 3s, we run your 1 Leviathan, the Sea Dragon. It's good because you can get stuff back that you banished with Hoot Cake. Sometimes you can go for an OTK, and just Leviair comes in handy a lot of times. Wind Up One Zenmeister. Wind Up Zenmeister. And that's your level 3s right there. For your synchros, like I said, I don't have Beast Barkion on me, but we have Naturing Beast and Allied Justice Cataster. And that is the Madolche deck, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed it all. So, guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed my Madolche deck profile. And I have to say that after doing that deck profile, I had to make some food. So I made a whole batch of peanut butter cookies because after doing a Madolche deck profile about stuff based off cards, based off food, I had to make some food. So I made some peanut butter cookies to eat. So, yep, I'm hungry now. So guys, till next time, I hope you guys enjoy the Madolche deck profile. I can't wait for Angeli to come out in the TCG. I can't believe that it was actually a common in the OCG, but if it comes out in the TCG as a common or rare, thank you Konami. I don't have to spend a bunch of money on Madolche Angeli, but only time will tell to see what it comes out as, a secret or a super or something of that nature. But guys, till next time, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and I'll see you guys next time. Seto, Kaiba, I'm out of here, guys.